What's the price? Live this life, to live this life all my life.
Hey guys, it's Shauna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I got this look. It is just this super full coverage, full glam, full face, a smoky eye. I haven't done a smoky eye in so long, and today I was itching to do it, even though I have nowhere to go. Honestly, I haven't been out for a while, and I miss doing a full face of makeup, so today is the day. So if you guys want to know how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so my brows are done, my eyes are primed, and I'm just going to jump right to the eyeshadow. So today, I'm mostly going to be using the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I haven't used this in forever, so I decided to use that today. So to start off, I'm just going to start with the base shade, and that would be the shade Rebel right over here. Just that one right here. And I'm just going to be using a fluffy brush and just putting that all over the entire lid. Actually, I think I'm just going to add some tape on the bottom too for that sleek look. I'm just going to take some Scotch tape, put it on the back of my hand first to take off the stickiness a little bit, and then I'm just going to place it right over there. I haven't done this in such a long time for that crisp, clean line. So we're gonna do it today. Then I'm just gonna go back in with the same color again. I just got sidetracked. Then I'm just going to take a smaller brush and I'm going in with this darker shade right over here. This is in the shade Leader, which is kind of like a plum shade actually. And then I'm just going to pack that on to the center of the lid. And I haven't done a smoky eye in the longest time. I've been doing the same eye look when I go out, which is like the orange tones, the warm tones, and just putting a shimmer on the lid. But today I decided to switch it up. And I usually never go out enough to even do like full glam face for the most part, because I barely go out anymore. Like, I'm a grandma, I work and I go to sleep, that's it. So it's nice to put on a full face here and there. I think I'm just going to warm it up with the Tartelette Toasted palette. This one, it is more of like the warm orange tones. I know I said I'm trying to avoid that, but gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm going to use the shade, I'm going to mix the shade Cozy and Fireside, these two, just to warm it up with the red tones. This doesn't have to be like neat or anything. I will be blending everything out. I'm going into the shade a Sweetheart, back with like the In Bloom palette, which is this pink shade, and mixing it again with the Rebel shade. And with that, I'm just going to blend out the harsh lines right over here. And then just back to the fluffy brush with no product on it to blend that up to the brow bone as well. Alright, and so for the center of the lid, I'm going to add a little bit of a shimmer to it, but a dark shimmer. So I'm going in with the Pure Cosmetics and Boxycharm collab palette from one of my Boxycharms. Beautiful. I used it in my last tutorial. I am obsessed with this row of the shades, and I'm just going to be using this one over here called ATL, which is this beautiful maroon wine colored shimmer. So then I'm actually just going to be using my fingers for this. Just going in, and look how beautiful that is. And I'm just going to dab that onto the center of my lid. Then I'm just going to add just a little bit of a pop of color. So I'm just going to be using this shade right over here called BFF, which is this magenta shade. I'm going to use a super light hand, and I'm just going to add that at the edge right over here between the transition of that shimmer shade and the base. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it makes a very subtle difference. Then going back into the In Bloom palette, I'm just going to blend everything up to the brow bone. So I'm just using the shade Smarty Pants just right over here, which is this nude shade. And then just blend that transition shade up to the brow bone. And with this shimmer shade, I'm going to just highlight to my brow bone. And for lashes, I actually don't know where this is from. I think I like lost the box a long time ago and I just kept the lashes in like a little container that has no name on it. So yeah, I don't know which ones these are, but these are the ones I'm going to use. Before that, I'm just going to apply some mascara as a base for those lashes. And this one is just the Butter London Double Decker Lashes, which I'm surprised I actually love. Like, I didn't even know Butter London made mascara, but it's amazing. Like, even on its own without falsies, I could make do with it. Then I'm just going to apply the lashes. The lash glue I'm using is just the Duo one, the one with the green label and the brush. I prefer the brush one so much more than the tube, since I feel like I have more control of how much product I'm using on it. So it saves me a lot of product and also the mess. And I really like to avoid like the black glue, since this dries clear anyways. For the black glue, sometimes if like it touches your lid, it literally ruins your entire eyeshadow look. So yeah, I don't want to risk that. So I'm just going to apply the glue onto these lashes and wait for them to get tacky before applying. And in the meantime, I'm just going to pull off the tape, which is my favorite part. Like, I love looking at that crisp line. I don't know, I'll try to zoom you guys in later. But yeah, this is literally my favorite part. And usually with bigger lashes, I don't even need eyeliner. I realize I haven't even been wearing eyeliner lately because whenever I do wear lashes, it does the trick, honestly. And I wish I knew what these lashes were. Like, they're probably one of my favorites and I just don't remember where I got them from or what brand or the style. Just like that, and the eyes are basically done for now. I'm just going to move on to my face. Today I'm going to use the... I'm actually going to use the BECCA Ever Matte Primer today. This one is my holy grail. I haven't reached for it for such a long time, honestly, but that's because I haven't been wearing makeup all summer. But yeah, this one is the best mattifying primer if you ever need some mega oil control if you have super oily skin. Mind you, you have to use it very sparingly since it is very mattifying, so if you use too much, it gives you this white little cast. And it is a thicker consistency, so I warm it up on my hands and then just pat it into my skin, focusing on my problem areas, which is the T-zone. And lately I have been in love with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Like, I'm obsessed. I used to use the MAC Studio Fix as my go-to for very full coverage, or MAC Pro Longwear, but this one like takes the cake. It is a lot lighter, I noticed, and it gives the same amount of coverage. It feels amazing. Their shade range is awesome too. So I'm just going to use that, and I am in the shade Neutral Buff. It is a little bit lighter for my face, but that's fine because I usually use like a darker powder on my face anyways. So I'm just going to dot that on my face. Honestly, the way I apply foundation changes all the time. Sometimes I go straight to the beauty blender. Sometimes I put it on my face first and then blending it out with the beauty blender. Sometimes I use a flat top brush. It really like depends on how I feel, I guess. Like, there's no set way of doing it. I'm just weird like that. For my brows, I like to take a brush and not risk just blending randomly because it always messes it up. So I'm just going to go in with a smaller brush with the foundation I used to sculpt the top part of it. I'm just going to use my beauty blender if I could find it. Honestly, it's not even a beauty blender. It's like from Real Techniques, I think, because my dog literally ate my beauty blender. So, not ate it, he just wrecked it. So I'm just going to spray that with some Fix Plus first and then just blend everything in. And I do have some spots from like acne and stuff right now since I am breaking out. But with this foundation, I feel like I don't need to color correct or anything or use extra concealer. Which is really clutch because like I'm lazy, so I'm just going to blend that in. I don't even like the sponge that much. It's very like dense. Alright, after the foundation is set, I'm just going in with some concealer. This is the Motives Cosmetics liquid lip. I can't even talk today. This is the Motives Cosmetics liquid correction concealer. This is probably the thickest concealer I've used. It's even thicker than the MAC Pro Longwear, but it covers amazingly. So just an inverted triangle under my eyes as usual, and just a little bit on my nose, the chin, and the forehead. I go very light for the rest of my face on this since this is so thick. Yeah, just be very careful on it. I'm just going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender. And then for under the eyes, before I blend, I actually like to use my fingers just to blend the bottom a little bit to warm up the product. Then Fix Plus again. I literally use this like it's like water, but it works amazingly when blending and avoids cakiness. So then I'm just going to blend the rest of the concealer in. And I'm going to make sure to preserve that crisp line over here with the concealer and to further enhance that there. And I know it looks crazy with like a super highlight, but I will even it out with the powder I'm using later. But I am obsessed with that like Kim K like uplifting under eye look. Some people don't like it, some people do, but to each their own. You could switch it up and just do your regular like concealer routine. But this is just how I like to do it. And then for my under eyes, I am just going to just set it with the Laura Mercier powder. I'm not going to bake since this foundation is so full coverage, this concealer is so full coverage and heavy. I don't need the bake in my opinion, so I'm just going to use a little brush. I'm just going to use this dual fiber brush by Luxie Beauty. Just going with the powder, tapping off the excess, and just setting the under eyes. And then for even fuller coverage, as if I don't have enough of that, I'm using the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. And I love pairing powder foundation on top of foundation itself, like liquid foundation, for that fullest, flawless coverage. A lot of you might think it's way too much, but I love the way it looks, especially for a night out. It will literally last you like 73 hours. Just like don't, why did I say 73? That's such like a random number, but it will literally last you for days, girl. So just with a big powder brush, I'm just going to set that up, and as you can see, my face is finally matching my body with this powder since it is darker. So with the lighter foundation, it's okay, girl. This saved the day. Alright, and to add some life back to my face, I'm just going to use the NYC City Proof Sunny Bronzer, the one literally everyone uses. Like, it's so affordable, but it's the best warm bronzer ever, and I emphasize warm because it is super warm. So I would use this to bronze my face, but to contour I use a cool tone since I don't want to look like an Oompa Loompa, you know. So I'm just taking this huge brush and warming up my face. Then to actually contour, I'm going to be using the, of course, Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm also, honestly, I'm just using this because I'm just trying to hit pan on everything. As you can see, like everything's almost done. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with the darkest shade in this palette with this fake NARS brush because, you know, I can't afford the real one. This one's from eBay. So I'm just going to tap off the excess and chisel out those cheeks and blend upwards to make sure I don't have any lines, or like harsh lines at least. I actually like that like sculpted look. And a little bit on my nose because we want to give myself a fake nose job because I can't afford a real one. And I kind of want to skip blush and just go straight to highlighter. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to wear blush today. And for highlighter, I'm not going to use the Ofra highlighter. Today I'm going to be using one from the Carli Bybel palette. I haven't used it in forever because I know this palette has like this very nice orangey, a bronzy highlight, and that could actually double up for like a little like a blush look. So I'm using a bigger fan brush this time and going into that. And then just putting that on my cheeks. And I'm being very generous, honestly. Just like that. And honestly, yeah, this totally doubles up as a blush, like a bronzy blush. Then I'm just going to go the shade down for the rest of my face, like the bridge of my nose and everything, since, yeah, the other one's too bronzy. So just the bridge of my nose, the tip of it, Cupid's bow, inner corners of course, my favorite honestly. And I'm going to go back to the eyes to balance everything out. So back in the Tartelette in Bloom palette, I'm going back with that dark shade Leader. This is literally the star of the show, the shade, like I've used it a million times already in this video. But I'm just going to, of course, balance out my lower lash line with that. And that really defines my eyes. Like, I love the way that looks. And for lips, honestly don't know what I want to do with that. You know what, I'm just going to go for nude. Like, what else is new? That's all I do, honestly, but I love it. So I haven't used this shade in such a long time. This is the Colourpop shade in She. This was literally my go-to nude way back. So yeah, I'm just going to apply that on my lips. I kind of want to line the outer lips a little darker too. Yeah. Okay, I am going in with the Colourpop Lip Liner in K, which is this brown shade. And like, I don't know why I like that look of like the darker outer lip and then the inner lip is a lot lighter. So I'm just gonna line the outer lip a little bit. Then just going back into that lighter shade to blend everything out. There we go, much better. You guys might hate it, a lot of people do, but that's okay. I think that's it. Everything's good to go. So I'm just going to set my face. This is just Fix Plus since everything I used was so full coverage and like oil control. I don't want to use like a mattifying spray because that's literally going to make me look crusty AF. So I'm just going to spray my face with this. When I mean spray, I mean like drench my face in it, you know. I'm going to let that dry. I always take my sponge and just pat everything in to secure everything in place, you know. Seal the bag, seal the deal. So yeah, that's about it for this look. I hope you guys liked this video. I know I've been lacking all summer. I am so sorry. I've just been so busy with my other work and everything, and I've just been packed with clients every weekend, and I just miss filming and everything. So I'm glad to be back. I swear to this every single time I upload a video. Like, I'm the worst, but I'll try to get my shit together again for the millionth time. But other than that, I hope you guys liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.